Welcome back to Life Under the Moon. I'm your host, Sammy B, and today we're going to start off the episode by talking about the flavor of today's new moon, which is in Pisces. Now, if you don't know, Pisces is a water sign, and it's all about intuition, and we all have intuition. Some of us have it stronger, some of us don't listen to it at all, some of us don't even know it's there. But today we're going to be talking about why it's important to listen to that voice inside our head, the voice that tells you to go left instead of right, the voice that tells you to take that one weird road to work today, the one that you never take. That's the voice we're talking about. Now I'm going to tell you a little story, and when we come back, we are going to discuss what this is all about.
Okay, get this, you guys. When I was back in college, we had the opportunity to find jobs for our work terms, is what they were called, where we would leave college for 4 months and go work in the real world. And it was me and another guy. We were from the same city. It was just him and I, and we both wanted jobs in our hometown. Now, there were only 2 openings. I wanted the architectural job, and he wanted the engineering job. Neither of us wanted the other. It just wasn't for us. And fate as it may be, he got the job I wanted, and I got the job he wanted. And the way the system worked was like, if you give the other person a 1 or a 2, it kind of just means yes or no. So if he voted no for the one, and then I voted yes for the one and no for the other, you get what I'm saying, is that basically we could switch it, because him and I knew that we were the only ones that applied for the job. I know this is a little complicated, but basically what I'm trying to say is we got the opposite job that we wanted. And we could have changed that if we wanted to, because we knew we were the only ones who applied for those 2 jobs. So if I denied the first offer, I'd get the second. Whereas if he denied his first offer, he'd get the second. He'd get the one he wanted, and I'd get the one I wanted. I asked him about that, because I did not want to work at an engineering firm. That sounded so not what I wanted, way out of my league, just not fun at all. And so I asked him, do you want to switch? Like, do you want to market so that we get the jobs we wanted? And he said, no, let's just go with it. He's like, no, I'm gonna take this job. And then I was like, are you kidding me? I don't want this engineering job. This is gonna suck. I'm so scared. Well, turns out, how many years later? 11 years later? What happened was, because of working with that engineering firm that I so badly did not want to work at originally, I am able and capable of creating the absolute best case scenario for my business. And I've always wanted to run my own business, but being self-taught, it's pretty difficult to know what you're going to need, especially when nobody can hold your hand and tell you you're going to need a close engineer in the future. And the only way to do that was the way it worked out. So my message to you guys is, sometimes in life, when you end up getting what you don't want, or something happens that doesn't seem like it's in your favor, trust that it actually is in your favor. A lot of the time, and most of the time, and personally, in my opinion, 100% of the time, when something seems to, quotation marks, go wrong in your life, it's actually going right. Just because you think that that's what you want. It's actually what your future self doesn't want. If I didn't take that engineering job, I don't even want to think about where I would be in my career right now with my running my own business. I have the dream engineer that I work with. I could not even dream of having a better engineer to work with. And that was all thanks to fate and the universe telling me that, no, Samara, I know you think you want the architectural pretty job, but what you really want is that challenging engineer job, because you are going to make that business that you so badly want one day. You are going to successfully create that business and build it, and you need an engineer by your side And I'm telling you that this is the way that it needs to go. And that is the way it went. And I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be happier. Thank you, fate.
So I hope you took away something from this beautiful story that I shared with you. There have been many situations in my life where this sort of fate choice situation has happened. And I'm sure it has happened to a lot of you out there as well. Maybe you don't realize it, but it does. It guides us. And that is what we're going to focus on for this new moon energy. So for the next 2 weeks, get your pens out, get ready, write down that inner voice. What is it telling you? Or maybe mentally note it. We're going to focus on maybe that voice that we don't always hear. We're going to slow down, we're going to listen, and we're going to make these next 2 weeks all about us and what our higher self truly wants for us. If you'd like, please feel free to share a story or a situation that something similar like this has happened to you. I would love to hear all about your guiding voice, your guiding star, and how it's played a huge or small role in your life. I want each and every one of you listening to focus on that inner voice, the one that you might quiet sometimes, the one that you think isn't real. We all have a higher self, and sometimes that higher self, it knows everything, and we just have to learn to listen and let things flow the way they need to flow. As you remember in my story, I wanted to fight against fate. I didn't think that the choice would be right for me, but in the end, it is exactly what I wanted. If that was future me telling past me to make the right choice and force the choice on me, I'm so thankful that she did. So if you're going through a tough time, let this be an opportunity, a chance for you to grow and to accept that things are the way they are. Maybe they're not happening to us, they're happening for us. And trust me, when you go about your day and your life with this new mindset, you will become a much happier, energetic, better person, because you're not going to let little or big things get you down like they used to, because we're accepting that this is the way life needs to flow for us. We can't always be in charge or control what's around us, but we can control how we interact with everything else around us. We are in charge of our own life. So live loud, live with your intuition guiding you. I am so excited for these next 2 weeks for all of us to focus on our own intuition. Now, with that being said, I haven't had any comments yet on making someone's wish come true. So I'm gonna take my own wish, and I am manifesting Sammy B's vivid dreams to give her answers that she's seeking. Now, this one's a sort of personal one, and we don't have to get into it. None of us have to get into it, or you can if you want. This is a safe space, and we're all here to guide each other and lift each other up. So that is my wish for myself, and I ask you to manifest for Sammy B and for her vivid dreams to bring her answers, and let's hope all positive energy toward her. And please leave a comment for your chance to be featured in the podcast, where we take your wish or manifestation and we all manifest for your dreams to come true and all your wishes and goals. Let's make this world a better place with our life and this podcast, Life Under the Moon.